Hello, third graders, and welcome to the last lesson of the week. It is lesson 3-7, part 2, and we're going to work on measuring area. Now, you might say, Mrs. Flurry, what in the world is area? I haven't heard this word before. We didn't talk about this yet, and you're absolutely correct. Today's lesson is just a preview of a concept that we will be learning about later this year. Today's just a little bit of an introduction to area. Area is the amount of space inside a set boundary. For example, I can find the area of what is inside this rectangle. So the red in the rectangle is the area because that's how much is inside the lines of the rectangle. Now, if I was going to find the area of this rectangle, what I would want to do is, because I'm just learning about area, I would maybe take my ruler, or if I would have little square shapes that I could trace and see how many equal-sized squares I could put into that rectangle. And I guess it would kind of look like an array. But we're not going to do that today. Today's activity is a fun activity for you. So what you're going to do is, and you're probably going to need some help from moms or dads or a grown-up at home. You're going to need a big piece of paper. Maybe the newspaper, or if you've got some construction paper at home or craft paper. What I want you to do is, with help from moms or dads or a grown-up, I want you to cut out a 1-foot square from the newspaper. So that means your square, and what do we know about squares? All 4 sides are exactly the same length. I need it to be a 1-foot square. So each side of your square needs to be exactly 1 foot long. Okay? After you get that cut out, just go and have some fun. I want you to measure different areas of your house to see what the area is of that part of your house. I'm sitting at my kitchen table right now, so you know what I could do? I have a square or a rectangle, actually, kitchen table. I could take everything off my table and I could put my 1-foot square newspaper piece down and down and down and see how many times I need to cover up my table with a square and see how big that is. And if you look at the picture here, it says there are 2 ways to use your squares to measure area. You could have more than 1 square foot piece of newspaper and lay it one beside the other. Or what I would do, because I don't think I'd be able to have more than 1, since I don't have that much newspaper, I would do it this way. Whoops, I need the pen. I would do it this way. And I would lay it down and mark kind of where it was with my finger, pick it up, lay it down, mark again, pick it up, lay it down, so I could determine what the area was of my kitchen table. And as I'm sitting at my table and I'm looking around my house thinking, where's a place I could measure that there's really nothing in the way, like furniture that I would have to move? Well, maybe your hallway. That could be an option. Maybe part of your sidewalk if it's not too windy outside. Maybe your driveway. That would be a big task to take on. What would be the area of your driveway? So with a partner, mom or dad or grown up at home, cut out a 1-foot by 1-foot square out of some piece of paper. Measure the area of a rectangular surface. The number of 1-foot squares it takes to completely cover the surface is the area of that surface. And you can just write that area down in square units. And you can just have fun with this. There's nothing for you to turn in. There's no papers for you to fill out. Just cut out a piece of paper that's 1 foot by 1 foot on each side of a square and use that square and measure how many square feet different boundaries are in your home, rectangle, if you can, like a hallway, or I'm thinking maybe a countertop, maybe a window in your house. You've got lots of different options. And remember, this is just a kind of an introduction to what we will be working on as our year goes on. So this is a fun activity to kind of end our week on. Have fun.